Welcome to Module 5 of the Training of Trainers course sponsored by the U.S. Department of State. I'm Jennifer, and in this video, I'll discuss strategies for evaluation, response, and reporting in relation to teacher training. One of the principles from Module 1 was that effective teacher training evaluates outcomes. Trainers need to conduct evaluation to know if their training activities are effective. Evaluation is similar to assessment, but the primary focus of each process is different. Assessment focuses on teachers' achievement of the objectives you set for the training, while evaluation focuses on the effectiveness of the training itself. There is some overlap between the two, and data can often be used for both processes, but the purpose of evaluation is to offer feedback on the training design and trainers' performance. Back in Module 2, we mentioned 6 tools for needs assessment. These same tools can be used for evaluation. Have casual conversations with participants after a workshop to learn what aspects of the training they found most helpful. Conduct research to learn about the relevance of your training. Arrange observations to allow you to see what practices from your training program teachers have begun to implement in their classrooms. Ask teachers to complete surveys and evaluation forms after a training session, or you can send them digitally afterwards. Finally, schedule interviews or focus groups to gain teachers' perspectives on the training. All of these tools can provide data about the effectiveness of teacher training, and each can help gather data at different levels of evaluation. We draw from the work of Donald Kirkpatrick and Thomas Guskey to identify 4 potential levels of evaluation: reaction, learning, behavior, and results. The first level is reaction. You want teachers to feel that the training is valuable to them, so it's important that they have a positive reaction. Exit tickets, surveys, and interviews are all good ways to gauge teachers' reactions. The second level is learning. It is important to determine to what degree teachers have learned the new ideas presented in the training. You can measure teachers' acquisition of knowledge through pre- and post-tests or through interviews and conversations. The third level is behavior. That is, are teachers able to apply their learning in their teaching contexts? Observations are a good way to determine to what degree teachers can implement new skills. If you don't see immediate, notable changes, it doesn't necessarily mean that teachers didn't benefit from your training. There may be other contextual situations preventing them from implementing the new ideas at the moment, but those practices might emerge in the future. You might also send out a survey several weeks or months after the training, asking teachers what skills they've been able to use in their teaching. The fourth level is results, whether the training made a difference in student learning. This is the most difficult level to measure. It's probably beyond your capacity as a fellow to identify changes in student learning that can be reliably attributed to your training. However, it can certainly be useful to seek feedback from teachers, students, or administrators about the impact of your training. Surveys and interviews are 2 options to do so. One purpose of evaluation is to improve future training. After evaluation data has been collected and analyzed, the next step is for trainers to respond by reflecting on and making changes to their training practices. If your teacher training is sustained in duration, data from in-progress evaluations can inform you about the success of the training so far and can act as an ongoing needs assessment to help you continually improve programming. For standalone workshops, or once sustained training has ended, final evaluation data can help you identify the next steps for your training audience, as well as plan more effective training for future audiences. An additional purpose of evaluation is to report results to stakeholders, such as program organizers, administrators or supervisors, and the participants themselves. As you prepare to evaluate training, consider who your stakeholders are and what data they'll want to see. Photographs and statements from participants can make the results of a program more concrete, so do your best to take pictures and collect quotes during and after training. Reporting also goes beyond just communicating the results of training. Sharing the successes, challenges, and opportunities you encountered while preparing and delivering training allows other teacher trainers to learn from and build on your experiences. A list of venues for sharing and reporting your results is available in the resources for this module. We'll just summarize a few options here. You might submit a research article for publication in peer-reviewed journals like TESOL Quarterly or ELT Journal. Practitioner-oriented journals like English Teaching Forum can also be a great outlet to share about your training. Newsletters are published by many local and regional English Teachers Associations, including affiliates and interest sections of TESOL International, which also accepts submissions for their TESOL blog. And you're by no means limited to written formats. You could report about your teacher training through a conference presentation at a local, regional, or international TESOL conference. There are also a number of TESOL podcasts that invite guests to discuss their professional practice. And, of course, with social media, you can share about your teacher training with a global online audience. Check out the reporting suggestions in the resources for this module and consider ways to share what you learned from evaluating your teacher training with a wider audience.